Yeah, there you go.
Man. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of No Balls, No Glory. I'm your host, the man, the one and only, the people's champ. And I am not here alone, man. I am here with some guests tonight and here with our crew, man, our sports gurus. Say what's up to our listeners, you all.
What's up?
Hey, man, we're going to do like we always do. We're going to kick it on off with CC, the First Lady. CC in the building. Introduce yourself, CC.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, the one, the only CC, the First Lady, in here with a League of Champions. Fantasy football. Let's go.
There it is. We're going to swing it on over to my man, Coach Corey. Coach Corey in the building. Introduce yourself,
hey, what's up?
Coach.
What's up, everybody, man? This Coach Corey, man. Reaching one, teaching one, Tuesday night. Live again at Millwood Sports Bar and Grill, 12068 Dorset Road, Maryland Heights, Missouri, man. It's a great night to be in Millwoods, man. We got a host of guests. Championship night. We brought the champions with us. We're going to have a good time. All these gentlemen are celebrating fantasy championships. A lot to be proud of. A lot of good knowledge in fantasy football. Man, it's a great night to be here, man. So I can't wait to get started with all these great champions.
Man, thank you, Coach. Hey, man, you got to say your old saying, Coach. Where we coming from?
Hey, from the loot to the 10, man. We back at it again.
There it is. From the loot to the 10, we back at it again, man. Hey, man, we got some fantasy champions in here tonight, man. We go, man, I am so excited, man. You guys that don't know, fantasy football is pretty difficult to play and even more difficult to win. So I'm gonna let some of these amazing champions talk to you tonight. They're gonna share with you some of the things that they had to encounter, they had to go through. We're gonna do a quick intro, real quick. We're gonna kick it on off with my boy Drew. Drew, introduce yourself to everybody tonight, man.
Camp is here, baby. Drew, coming from Camp Hill, PA.
That's what's up, baby. Coming from
That's
PA.
What's up, Drew?
We got Philly in the house, baby. We got my boy Aaron that's on here tonight. Aaron, introduce yourself, brother.
What's up, guys? My name's Aaron, coming from Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, hey, we got Milwaukee in the house tonight. Hey, man, we got my man Dre in the building. Dre and Champ. Dre, introduce yourself, man.
What's going on, y'all? Dre Barr, man, Peoria, Illinois. The real
He didn't say the real people, Champ. Okay. Hey, man, we got my man Ant in the building. Ant the Champ. Ant, introduce yourself.
Hey, man, that's Mr. Ant, the champ to y'all. I will be running it back next year. Coming from St. Louis, Missouri. Flock gang, baby. Let's go.
Flock gang. Man, Ant in the building. Man, we got the champions here, a.k.a. Woods in the building. Woods, introduce yourself.
This the champ right here, man.
It's Woods, live from Disney World, man. Hey, I took time, man. I'm live from Disney World. Let's go, baby.
The happiest place on earth.
World, baby. Hey, Woods, you in Disney World, dog?
Hey
Hey, man.
man, I'm so glad that we got another flock game up in here
Yes,
because
sir.
we flying high around here. For all y'all that don't know, man, me, uh, the not so real people's champ, West 10 who ain't here, and now we got Ant, all flock game members, man, Baltimore Ravens fans. So we flying high up in here.
Man,
Sorry, Andrew. Uh, we just had to throw that out there. Sorry, Aaron. We just had to throw that out there.
Y'all had
No
to take
hard
Flock Gang
feelings,
because
man.
Bird Gang was already taken.
Well,
Bird gang.
whatever we took, we running with it.
And all I
Hey,
got
we all
to
know
say
Philly the real bird gang.
Ooh, we didn't go there, did he?
Hey,
before you
Not
come
not not not
my way
not,
Yeah,
though.
Philly is
not
the
right
real
now the
bird
way
gang.
they
That's why they
playing.
getting picked off. Game after game, they getting picked off. Flock, baby. Flock
We
gang.
saving it for the
All,
playoffs.
all I got
hey,
Bro.
one
Not the
thing to
way y'all
say.
been playing, man. Y'all cost us some money. I got a problem
right
with
now,
Philly.
only thing they known for is cheesesteaks, and they cheesesteaks might not be that good.
Oh, hey man,
Hey,
hey
hey,
man,
hey, hey,
before we
hey.
get off
No,
into
no,
the
it's the
trash
Philly
talk,
chicken, coach. Philly chicken.
hey man, we got Dino's that popped up in here. Dino's in the building. Don't introduce yourself.
What up, sports fans? You know, I would be on time, but the not so great people's champ decided to change everything up day of. So
What I change up?
you changed everything.
What I change?
Our start time is normally 8 o'clock. You went to 7, then I seen the message. Oh yeah, be
Hey, 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 Coach Corey, didn't we mention last week we were gonna start at 7,
Yes, our new
2024?
start time, folks, in
You
2024
did
is
say
7
that,
o'clock.
coach.
Yeah, please
You did say
reiterate
that,
that.
It
big
is
blue
Like I
7
gotta
champ.
put
o'clock.
something on
I
at 8.
You
did.
did say that.
I
I
told
remember
7
because
everybody
o'clock.
7
I was
o'clock.
chatting in it.
See that Dino, this is what happens when
That's
you
what you
don't
get.
join the Thursday show.
That's what he get for not bringing his ass to work.
Well, you got a way of contacting me.
Hey
Call a
man,
nigga.
you don't. Hey,
That don't always work.
you
That don't
don't.
always
You
work,
don't
Dino.
answer
That don't
your
always
phone.
work.
And after you lost every third place game this weekend, I know damn well you wasn't gonna answer your phone.
Well, first of all, I was sick for
And
one, which
and
I
you've been
knew
on
because I
vacation
said it
since
on
December
last
15th.
Tuesday show that I was fighting through this sickness. So there.
Hey
I'm here
man,
now with
And
my championship
you've been
ring.
on vacation since December 15th.
hey man, all champions got rings, man. You right. You right, baby. All champions got rings. Woods got one ordered, man. So how is everybody doing today on championship night? Man, we got a lot of questions. We're gonna have a lot of fun, man. How is the weather where you guys are located right now? I know up here in Peoria, it's pretty doggone cold. Am I right, Dre?
Yes, sir.
Man, it's pretty cold up here right now, man. What else, man? Where's everybody?
The only
Tell me how
person that
y'all
ain't
weather like.
cold right now is Woods. That's the only one
Right.
that ain't cold.
In Florida.
He in Florida. That's the
Wood,
only one. That's why
hey,
he's cold.
low key. Woods is in Florida. Out in Florence in Missouri, in his basement. Tell me the truth, Woods.
Oh man. Hey man. Hey,
What,
don't rain
Woods?
on my parade, man. I'm at Disney World, man. We gonna keep it like this. All right.
Woods say he at Disney World. Don't rain on his parade, man. Hey, how's the weather like in Milwaukee right now, Aaron?
Oh, it's a balmy 19 degrees right now. No
It's
snow yet,
cold.
but it is
It's been
cold.
it's been cold there since September.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Right by the lake too, so it's bad.
Here's how
oh
you in
man.
Wisconsin and a Birds fan. That can't go over too well.
Yeah, I'm
Oh
originally
man.
from the Beloit Rockford area. and so I
Okay.
moved up here for work. And yeah, it's tough out here. There's not too many Bears bars. Let's just say that.
Oh man.
Next week's gonna get action here. It's gonna be rowdy.
All right,
Oh
Aaron.
my
So
God.
what's the temperature for keeping Fields in Chicago?
Oh man, I would love to keep Fields. I really don't want to play this game of drafting another quarterback because I think Caleb Williams and Drake May are going to be overrated. And I mean, Fields has shown he's good. We just need to get better coaching.
There you go.
Do you keep Eberflus? $1 million question.
Dude, I don't want to, but I could see them keeping him and getting rid of Getsy. I think we should just get rid of them both. But the way Eberflus has been playing, I don't know. I think he played himself another year.
That's Coach Curry's favorite. He
What
loves
have I been
Eberflus.
saying? Get rid of Eberflus.
I want to get rid of him, but
I've been saying that for 9 weeks. Get
He
rid of the guy.
has.
that's
Get
what's
rid of the guy.
Yeah, mine was Brandon Staley. I've been calling for his ass for about 2 years.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
First of all, Eberflus looks uninterested in the game.
Look like a game show host.
How can your
Yes.
leader look uninterested in the game and expect guys to go out and play for him and give their effort when you look at him and he has no emotion and no fire? Come
No
on, man.
fire
You gotta
at all.
give those guys something. I've been coaching since I was 21 years old. I'm 53 now. Come on, man. You have to bring something on the days that the guys don't have it. And he's bringing nothing every single week.
Oh man, Coach, man, boy, you just that's Coach got a personal vendetta against Eberflus. He just don't like him, man.
At all.
Right.
Hey,
I
I want to
would
know.
like to be in the room with him and talk to him personally and tell him, man, what the hell are you doing? You bringing nothing to the table. You getting
Talk
a
about
whole lot of
halftime
money.
adjustments.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, Drew, how the weather like out there in Philly, man?
We were in the 40s today, but supposed to get colder tonight. We're dropping down into the mid 20s overnight.
Mid-20s? Oh
Anybody,
man.
anybody else think that the champ should have been weatherman in another life?
right.
He can replace Ollie. He can replace Ollie.
Hey man, hey, that's how you do it, man. Hey, I gotta ask you, Drew, man. I've been to Philly once, man. What's the best place to get a Philly cheesesteak? What is the best place,
Knew
man?
it was about to be food.
It was gonna happen. Drew,
You
in
know it
case
was
you don't
coming.
know, the so-called people's champ is all about the restaurants and the food in every city.
Coming from Coach Corey that just scarfed down a double cheeseburger from Millwood Sports Bar and Grill in Maryland
Exactly.
Heights. Don't you go there,
Exactly.
man.
But the most important question is, did you get croutons?
No, he didn't.
I didn't
Hey,
have a salad because they're
what we-
still on the crouton shortage from when the people's champ was here.
Hey, Drew, what's the best place in Philly to get a cheesesteak at, man?
My personal favorite's got to be Geno's.
Geno's?
Yep.
And what's the
Okay.
what's the competition to Geno's?
D'Alessandro's? What is it? Is it
Yeah. It'd have to be the D'Alessandro's second. Yep.
I heard. Now I went to D'Alessandro's. They got a mean cheesesteak, man. I'll tell you that.
But I'll be honest with you, man. Anywhere you go in this area, they all can throw down with the cheesesteak. So
That's good.
I mean, you're not going to be unhappy unless you leave the area and try to go somewhere else and they're like, hey, we got a Philly cheesesteak. Just know they bullshitting you because it ain't going to be like it is in Philly.
It ain't like it is in Philly, huh?
Nope.
Oh man. Ed, you over there cooking, man. What you cooking, Ed?
Some baked chicken, some rice, broccoli, and I'm gonna make some honey cornbread.
Is that a champion's meal?
No, that's the everyday meal, man. You know the champions meal gonna come after we secure and win against the Steelers because I don't think we gonna let up. I gotta talk myself because my lady back here looking at me about the meeting, and she a diehard Steelers fan, so
Uh-oh.
I gotta talk my stuff.
Man, how did that work out?
Tell,
Woo!
tell,
And,
tell,
and,
During the
and
season, well, last season
uh,
it was good because they beat us both times. So, she had a lot of firepower. This this
right.
this year, I just go ahead and just grab my pillow on that Sunday night and just go ahead and sleep on the couch because I ain't even trying to look at your face on that Monday morning because I know you mad. I know you mad.
Way to
Hey,
be proactive.
and and we have to deal, man. And we had to deal with the first lady last year with that foolishness. And all of a sudden, she get on here thinking that the Steelers are pretty good.
Uh-oh.
And now they done
You see
Uh-oh.
that
dominated.
look? You see that look right there? That.
We had to deal with that last year because they snuck into the playoffs by beating us like they was good.
no. What I said was
Yeah,
not because we snuck it up because we was good, that y'all let us in the playoffs 2 years in a row.
well, damn it, we ain't letting you in the playoffs this year.
No, we didn't let you in the playoffs. Who let you in the playoffs was our terrible offensive coordinator. Now, since we didn't got somebody that believes in Lamar is showing you exactly what his arm can do with them legs. That boy is blessed. He blessed.
Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. As blessed as he is, y'all better bless his behind on the bench this Sunday. Y'all don't need this game.
Hey,
It don't matter. Have you seen our backup? He 1-for-1 with a 19-yard touchdown, 158.3 passer rate. It don't matter who we play right now. Block gang got them
But
guys.
do you want Lamar for the playoff run? Because I need for you, if y'all, since y'all done took off, y'all have to represent the North correctly.
Man, we gonna represent.
Being
Y'all
that
have
all
to
three,
represent the North.
being that all y'all made the playoffs besides the Bengals. Who saw that coming?
True.
Actually, what's her name? First, Kimberly Martin. She predicted at the beginning of the year that the AFC North could send 4 teams to the the Bengals. I mean, Joe Burrow got hurt, so it is what it is. But I
Hey, man.
still think that the 49ers and the Ravens need to sit some key players this week.
Tyrone
We don't
Huntley.
have nothing to play for, so I think we will.
You just saying that because you want the Steelers to have a chance to try to win. Shut up with that.
Hey,
Come on,
man.
It really don't
come on,
matter who
coach.
the
You being
Steelers
nice.
play.
Call them by
It
their
don't,
real name. What do we really call them on this show?
the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Shitburg Steelers.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Shitburg Steelers. The
Hey,
Shitburg
man.
Steelers. That's what it
Hey,
is.
man.
As long as
Hey, man, we had somebody else that fell in the gig. Championship Twine. Twine, sugar foot in the building. What's up, Twine? Introduce yourself, champ.
What's going on? What's going on, man? Not much, man.
You're a champion, man.
Oh yeah, it's light work, man. I ran through the league kind of quick, but I did my thing.
Did you run through the league, Twine?
Yeah, man. I had a couple obstacles I had to face, man, but nothing too much, man. A little adversity. Like I said, we started this back in March. My season, my fantasy season started back in March. I get ready. So,
Okay.
I'm good.
That is
Hey,
too
Twine.
funny.
Hey, Twan, you talking spicy now, man. Come on now, man. Don't come on here talking about you ran through the league and all this, man. I was in the league, man. Stop it, Twan. Stop it, man.
Hey,
Stop it.
hey,
Hey,
Twine.
this year ain't nobody ran through shit. This was a very, very, very tough,
Hey,
arduous
man.
year of fantasy.
Hey, Woods, I had to make it sound good, Woods.
Hey, you did though, dog.
Hey, man. Hey, Dino, what you got to say, man, before we jump off into our questions for our champions, man? This is the real reason why we're here.
This might be one of the questions, but I'll go ahead and ask them now. We'll go around the room. Who was y'all MVP on your roster for the season?
Oh, that's a good question. Hey, man, we can start off with you, Aaron. Who was your MVP, Aaron, on your team, man?
Oh man, I honestly think I had a whole team of MVPs, but for where I drafted Kyron Williams as a rookie at the 405, I'd have to say Kyron Williams was my MVP because I was about to drop him before end of last season, and I'm glad I didn't.
Wow. Hey, man. Wow. Kyron. Man. Wow. That's
St.
a good
Louis's
one.
own.
Yes. Drew, who was your MVP of your team?
No, man. No. Don't read my no.
For me, I'd have to say it was probably Puka. I picked up Puka off the waivers week 2 or 3 and have just been steamrolling ever since. And then right at the trade deadline, I made a bunch of moves, and I drafted Josh Allen first overall. I was 12th pick, so I drafted him with my first pick at number 12 because I'm in a 12-man super flex. And I ended up trading him away right at the trade deadline for Dak Prescott because I also had Keenan Allen, and I traded him away for CeeDee Lamb. So then I completed the Dak and CD stack and ran that straight through the playoffs with Puka, Cooper Kupp, and Kyron Williams. So I was starting 3 Rams the whole way through the last 6 weeks.
And they was all killing it.
Yep. Hey, wow. Hey, Dre, what about you? Who was your MVP of your team, man?
Man, I don't know. I was jumping between Lamar and Prescott for the quarterbacks, and then I had Williams running back. You know what I was doing to y'all, man. It didn't even matter who I was putting in.
Hey, me and Dre played each other one time during the season, man. And I gave him a good quarter pounder upside his head and stuff. But hey, everybody else, man, Dre will tell you, I helped everybody else set their teams and stuff in the league. Now next year, when we put a little love offering in the pot, I'm not helping nobody.
Man.
I'm not helping nobody.
Hey, Dre, you know why People's Champ do that, right, Dre?
Yeah.
He do that so he can try to get people to trade with him because don't nobody trade with him in like 15 out of 16 leagues.
Every year.
Hey, I told him, man, the People Champ is just voted. He ain't winning nothing. That's why he doing that.
Yeah, that's why he do it. He be doing it. He be trying to help people.
Yeah, that's why
he ain't trying to help himself.
Yeah,
so that he out here trade with him.
The People Champ ain't winning no more.
That's crazy, B.
He out here kissing babies that's your name. And shaking hands.
Hey, man, that's the thing, though, man. Hey, we're not finna turn this into the People's Champ bash session because I'm a champion too, man.
Here we go with the third person. Here we go with the third person.
We're not finna turn this into a People's Champ. These are just all champions, man. And if you ain't won the championship, you need to just let me do all the questioning, man. Because hey, Twine.
Why is it known that every league you in, man, you a shiesty guy, man? Why are you like this, dog?
Hey, it wasn't no shiestiness, man. Hey, I help people, man.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That was one of the questions.
Hey,
that's
one of the questions. Great.
That's a lie. You shiesty.
We can table that one. We'll answer that one later.
Hey, Ant, who is your MVP on your roster, Ant?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. For the one that I won, it has to be CMC. About every other guy, I know I done pretty much traded or kind of picked up off the waiver wire. I don't even got to say. Only 2 guys I got left on this team is Lamar Jackson and Christian McCaffrey. Other than that, it was pretty much dropping guys, picking guys up on the waiver wire. So, CMC,
okay. I like that. Woods, who was your MVP on your team, man?
I'll say Tua, but C-Mac for sure. But Kyler Murray won me the championship.
Hey, so when you said C-Mac, you made a trade. You didn't originally draft C-Mac, did you?
No, I didn't.
Somebody traded you, C-Mac?
Yeah, I gave up a haul, though. I gave a haul, man. I gave up Keenan Allen, JT, and I gave up Thielen for C-Mac.
That worked out because Keenan Allen missed the last 3 weeks.
Yeah,
missed the entire playoffs.
And I ended up trading them when they all was hot. So it was just perfect timing.
It was. Hey, Twine, who was your league MVP for your team, Twine?
It's definitely gonna have to be between Hurts and Mostert. Mostert got me through a lot of games with down there in Miami. Yeah. So But I made a nice little trade during the year. I ended up picking up JT when he was hurt. And so I kind of sat on him a little bit, and then Mostert got hurt, and then I was able to, flex him in and go in and whoop you in the championship. So
Just made a happy new year for you, didn't
Hey man,
yes,
hey,
sir.
hey man, everybody, hey. Now I'm gonna tell you what one of my and I gotta ask you guys this. If you had to say what was one of your biggest regrets, and I'm gonna start with me. One of my biggest regrets in the Northside League that Woods won.
Pause.
What?
I'm a champion too, sir.
What league, Dino?
Put some respect on my name, man.
You want the Troop Them League too?
No, I won my work league.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That don't count. That don't count.
That shit count.
Come on, man. That
shit count.
Come on, man. Come on, Dino.
Hey,
you can't be serious,
I'm sorry,
man.
Dino.
It's all bros in this league. Trust me, it counts. You can ask Doja. Because Doja didn't even make the playoffs.
Hey, Dino.
And Doja was in the championship in another league.
Who was my fault, D? I'm just the
It's
one
all,
we
it's
was
all
in.
good. It's all good.
I'm sorry, brother. Hey, who was your MVP on your team?
My number one draft pick, Tyreek Hill, carried me the whole season. And I looked up.
Season?
Yep, the whole entire season. I ended up not needing him in the championship game. CJ Stroud, who I drafted in like the 12th round as a flyer, also carried me through the season. And I stacked him with Nico Collins, and I picked up Singletary. Those were my horses.
Hey, man, in my league that I won, which is the Homegrown Heroes, Kyron Williams was my hey, man, he carried me, man, big time. Kyron, I needed a quarterback over there. So I ended up making a trade for Josh Allen. The guy had Josh Allen and Brock Purdy, and he was a big-time 49ers fan.
Oh, yeah.
So he traded me Brock Purdy. He traded me Josh Allen. He said, I'm going to keep Brock Purdy. So I said, man, thank you. Thank you very much. But then I also had a dark horse like Sam Laporta who carried me, and then I had St. Brown. And I had Jerome Ford. So I had a pretty nice balance of my team and everything. But yeah, man, those were my dark horses. But if you guys had to say one vital mistake you made during this fantasy season, what would it be? And I'm gonna flat out tell you, when I traded and I was in Northside, this is the league me and Woods was in. I had a Lamar Jackson. I traded Lamar Jackson and Kyron Williams. This one, Kyron was on the IR. I traded Lamar and Kyron for Mahomes, Najee, and a wide receiver. That was the dumbest. That was the dumbest decision I could have made.
You got rid of the fly game? What the fuck was you thinking?
Right.
Hey, man.
For a Steeler?
For a Steeler in that.
No. It wasn't like I wanted, but he wanted. And see, the guy who traded me, he finished the league 1-13, man. I know I should have been trading with his ass. I should have let him just die with Patrick Mahomes, man. But I wanted to get Mahomes because I had a feeling he's going to turn it around. But I effed that up. If I would have had Lamar and Kyron, I would have probably won that league. You probably wouldn't be seeing Woods tonight. But, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man.
If you wouldn't have did that trade, hold on, let me just say this. If you wouldn't have did that trade, you still wouldn't be my team. But, I mean, you probably would have been in the championship. But, I mean, you wouldn't have beat me, though. Good try, though. The champ has spoken.
hey, so now the question is, we'll circle back around to that one, but I want to know how many teams are in you guys' leagues. I want to know how many teams. Is it a 10-team, 15-team, 20-team league? How many teams are in your leagues, man? Drew, how many teams in your league, man?
We're a 12-man superflex.
12-man superflex. And for people who haven't played fantasy football before, explain to them what a superflex is, Drew.
So if you know your standard flex position is like wide receiver, running back, tight end. With a super flex, it's the same 3, but they add a quarterback in. So it's essentially a 2-quarterback league. Now, quarterbacks usually fly off the board pretty early. That's why I said, like, I took Josh Allen with my first pick overall.
Right.
I was absolutely shook that he fell to me at the 12th spot, but there's a couple guys in the league that are still on this. Running backs are a priority, or the top wide receivers are a priority. So they all got snatched up right at the beginning. And then I'm sitting there at 12 with back-to-back picks, and I see Josh Allen, and the next best running back was to go back to your previous question, was my biggest mistake of the year when I went Josh Allen, Bijan Robinson.
Oof. Whoa, Bijan.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
But I was able to flip Bijan around the trade deadline because I was so sick of him after I think he put up 1 point in a matchup that he should have soared in. I just dumped him off for Rashad White, and it was probably the best decision I made because White then carried me through and then into the playoffs, and I started Rashad White, and he did well up until this week. But the rest of my team performed well enough that his 7.6 points didn't even matter.
That's cool, man.
I mean, in Bijan's defense, that wasn't his fault. It was the damn coach.
I agree. It's Arthur Smith all day is the freaking problem there.
Yes.
Bijan was high.
Drafted by
Bijan was high on everybody's list.
I didn't touch him.
Until you start looking around at some of these coaches in the league, man, they killing fantasy and they're killing their team. Do not take anybody off of Eberflus.
There it is.
He's gonna kill your fantasy team.
Hey, same question posed over there to you, Twine. What you think, man?
You said the biggest mistake?
Not only the biggest mistake, but how many teams was in your league and everything, man? And how did your draft end up going and everything?
Well, I'm in Florida. We got a 10-man league. So I actually drafted over the phone. I wasn't in person with everybody else. So I kind of had a disadvantage, kind of trying to see what was on the board. So, you know, it was an okay draft for me. I really didn't feel the best because I didn't know how Hurts was, because I'm big on quarterbacks too, and I want somebody mobile. So I didn't know how Hurts was gonna be. And you know, he kind of took me where I needed to be. I was disappointed I didn't let Kelsey go this year. Honestly, that's my biggest mistake. Kelsey did nothing for me this year, and I could have got some vital people down the road because I could have went, like you said, like a Sam Laporta or going Jake Ferguson, you know, and grabbing somebody like that to equal his, you know, his contribution to my team. So I'll probably say that's probably my biggest thing in fantasy this year, and he might be gone next year. So
I love it, Todd. I love it. What about you, Woods? What you say, Woods?
Oh man, I got a couple. So I was in 3 different leagues. My biggest regret was drafting Eckler, Tony Pollard, and Bijan Robinson. Tony Pollard was one of the biggest busts for me in fantasy this year. Bijan, of course. But Eckler was a huge bust. However, I did get Eckler in the 2nd round. So he will probably be my keeper next year.
Woods, I tried to tell everybody that Pollard was only good with Elliott.
Zeke. Yep.
Now that he's gone, he's not going to be that guy anymore.
He's not a power runner. He's a finesse.
And you know what?
When we had our draft in our league, he was one of those guys that I was on the fence with, and I didn't take it because I knew that he was only getting his fantasy because of him teaming up with Zeke.
Yes.
And now Zeke was gone.
Yeah.
So I was like, his numbers are probably going to be down.
And you can say the same thing about Alexander Madison, too. Only reason he was cooking and shining the way he was because of Dalvin Cook.
Yep.
And now, since Alexander Madison was the lead back, he pissed in the bed. He really didn't do nothing too much, man. Not at all.
You said the same thing about Kelsey. You said the same thing about Kelsey. Without Mahomes having a viable second threat.
Anybody. Since they viable anybody.
Anybody, a viable anybody to throw the ball to, you can lock in on Kelsey.
They should have been using Rashee Rice way before the time that they actually decided to fire him up.
Oh yeah,
about to break out next year for sure.
Yeah, Drake. What about you, man? What about you?
Man, well, I think we had 10 in our league, right? And one of the other ones I wanted was 16 people, an auction league.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get the draft. So my two best players was Justice Jefferson and Kyron Williams.
And that was in the 16-team auction?
Yeah, man. You know, it's tougher when you got 16 people playing.
Yeah.
Ain't no players left.
Yep. I was in a 14-team league myself.
How did you end up doing in the 16-team, man?
I won it. I won it all. I changed my name. I ain't draft my team.
Dang, that was the name of your team. I ain't draft my team. Oh,
yeah, you were working the hell out that waiver wire. I know you had to.
I was, man. Kyron Williams. I ended up getting Kittles in a trade, and then for some reason, D Hop was he had some decent games, and Jared Goff, you know, he was iffy here and there. I think he only had maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 bad games. So I mean, I just was working that waiver wire. I trade defenses, dropping defense, picking up a new kicker every week.
Yep.
Man, what about you, Ant? What you think, Ant? What was your how many teams in the leagues you were in, and what was one of your biggest regrets, man?
10-team league. My biggest regret this year was literally stacking both of my quarterbacks with both their tight ends. Justin Fields, I stacked them with Cole Kmet, and I stacked Lamar Jackson with Mark Andrews. Not trading Mark Andrews early on in the season before he got injured when he was hot, when a lot of people in this league needed tight ends and was willing to throw a lot at me. I could have just wiped everybody off the field early with the right trades, but really having too much faith in Mark Andrews and Cole Kmet this year, letting me know that the tight end position is really so vital to having a tight end that's really going to be essential to the actual offense. That's not just there for 30% of the plays that he's going to actually touch the ball on. And then also having faith in KT. I thought Kadarius Toney was going to be Patrick Mahomes' go-to guy, second to Travis Kelce. And that came back and bit me in the tail as well, too. So I was surprised to win this league, like I said. I was surprised to win it, but it's really it was really those two things, really just my tight end play overall.
Tight end play overall.
Second week.
Hey Drew, before you go, I gotta ask you, so you had 12 teams in the league. Now you were the commissioner, you said, of the league, right?
No. I don't have to go, but I was actually in a 12-man super flex that I've been a part of for about 12 years now, 10, 12 years.
Okay.
I was the commissioner of a vampire league this year.
Okay.
A vampire league. So we only did 10. It was a 10-man league. I chose to be the vampire this year since it was like our inaugural season of it. So the other 9 teams draft, and then I have to build my team off the waiver wire. And then once we start, up until the playoffs start, whoever plays the vampire, if the vampire beats them, I can steal a player off their team.
Wow.
And
I've never heard of this.
So basically I went 0-4, and then I got a win week 5, and I snatched up Patrick Mahomes, which I wish I wouldn't have. But it really only takes you to get 1 or 2 wins, and then you can get rolling. But I built a team, and I was able to snag up Sam Laporta off of waivers. I was able to get Devon Achane off of waivers. So, like, basically everyone at the very beginning of the season that was at Puka was out there because nobody drafted him. So I was able to build a team. And then once I got my first couple of wins, I got rolling. I actually ended up 3rd in that league.
Whoa. And did you guys pay an entry fee for that league?
No, because it was our inaugural season, we just kind of let go. Next year, we're doing 25 each.
Okay,
And I might open it up to a 12-man instead of 10 because I'll be honest with you, even as the vampire, once I got my first couple of wins, it got kind of easy because I was like, I had a team, and then you would look at the lineups, and I was like Devon Achane, Raheem Mostert, Puka Nacua, Patrick Mahomes, and that was like my week 6 lineup. And I was just like, I felt 10-man was a little easy, but so next year I think I'm going to do 12, and then also with Vampire, you lock the waivers down, so nobody else has waiver priority. But I kind of tweaked that a little bit and gave all the guys in the league. I gave them about a 12-hour period on a Wednesday. So once all the waivers are normally clear, I would open it up at about 6 o'clock in the morning. At 6 p.m., I would close the waivers. So they had that time to make their waiver moves. And if they didn't do it, it was what it was. So I had basically full pick of the waiver wire as essentially my team every week. And I could change interchangeably in and out as I wanted to. And it really encourages trading among everyone else. But it can come back and bite you in the ass too, because say I'm playing a team this week and I would declare, okay, I'm taking this guy. And if you take a running back, you got to replace it with a running back. Quarterback, replace it with a quarterback, whatever. But we had guys that started to trade a bunch of their players to the team that the Vampire was playing to essentially stack that team against the Vampire, because you don't want the Vampire to win. But then I get a win, and then I got a free pick of somebody on that team. So then everyone else that traded their players to him, now I'm stealing the player off this team, but it could have been the running back from somebody else's team. So
man,
that's a totally different strategy.
Yeah, it gets pretty interesting. And then I was also in a 14-man IDP league that I finished 3rd in as well.
Okay. Now, what about you? I gotta ask you too, Aaron. What about you? How did your leagues go and everything?
Oh man,
were you the commissioner of your league?
I was a commissioner of one that I won. That was a 12-man super flex. My home dynasty league is a 10-man regular. For whatever reason, they play with kickers. Not a big kicker guy. I'm not a commissioner in that one, but I got a lot of regrets. I'm surprised I won in that league. This home league I'm in, this is our 4th year as a dynasty, and I'm now back-to-back champ, and I won 3 out of the 4 years. So, got three-time champ there. So I spaced and I traded Sam Howell, Cole Kmet, my first pick for the rookies next year, and my 2nd pick for Trevor Lawrence. And then I got like 3 third-round picks, and that was it. I'm like, man, I spaced. I got lucky because it's going to be end of the rounds, but I shouldn't have made that trade. I was mad at Dak because he had a slow start, and I started off 1-2, and then I proceeded to win 13 straight to the championship. So I should have never made that trade, and I should have just kept my picks. But hopefully next year we switch to a super flex in this league so I can have Dak and Trevor. And then I spaced and I took Rashawn Johnson. I'm a Bears homer. I took Rashawn Johnson with my 110 last year. Yeah. And I just took CJ Stroud because he went like at 202. So I spaced on that.
So did you so let me ask you, you and Drew this. Since you guys do the super flex, do you really enjoy playing in the super flex? Because the leagues that I've been commissioner over, the way we have it set up, we got 1 quarterback. This is the start line, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, 2 flexes. We do IDPs. So we do an edge rusher, we do a safety, we do a defense, and a kicker. Are you guys big fans in Woods and you and Ant?
That's why the People's Champ beat me in the 5th place game. Philly's defense got 0 points.
See, that's crazy. It shouldn't come down to a defense.
Yeah,
And I second
I
that,
feel like
champ.
that too. Kickers, but
here's my thing. It's you can almost say the same thing about kickers. Because believe it or not, kickers can win you some games and lose you some
Oh,
games,
absolutely.
especially if it's close. And the thing is now this year with these damn OCs, which if you tune into this show ad nauseum, I go in on OCs. They don't do conventional football things. You know, fourth and 6 from the 35. Fuck it, let's go for it. Any other time, normal football rules, kick it, right?
Yeah.
So you're thinking your kicker gonna get all these attempts, and he gets one. So that's why I'm like, just get rid of kickers. Just running backs, quarterbacks, wide receivers.
We dropped kickers in the IDP league and in the Superflex league. We dropped kickers a couple years ago. Now with Superflex, we have just the entire team defense, but obviously IDP is individual, and we do two defensive linemen, 2 cornerbacks, 2 linebackers, and it makes the drafts really, really long.
Yeah, I bet.
It gets really difficult because defenders are getting hurt left and right. Yeah. And it adds more stress. And it honestly, I almost dropped out of my IDP league at the beginning of the season because I was just so damn frustrated with it. But then I decided to stick it out. And like I said, I ended up getting third because I went on an 8-0 run right at the end of the season, just by getting lucky. But I don't mind defenses, but I absolutely hate the kicker position in fantasy. If the league has a kicker, I'm out. I'm out.
What you say?
I've been trying to get that in my dynasty league. I'm like, dude, I had the best kicker too. I have Justin Tucker. And I'm like, you gotta get out of this. And I ended that championship. I had that and Eric Dickerson or whatever his name is. Dicker the kicker.
Dicker the kicker.
Yeah.
How about this? Would you feel the same way about defenses if they didn't go negative? Let's just say at worst your defense would get a 0.
No.
And what, that doesn't change your opinion at all?
No. The reason being is defenses is not scored evenly, man. It's like it's not points. It's not the overall points that scored that hurts the defense. It's the points against the defense. And it's like, for me, that concept, I don't like it. It should be overall total points because I lost the game like that. And I don't like kickers neither because your kicker can be, like you said, they don't play football how football needs to be played. They look at the overall, okay, if I'm in this, what does the statistics say if I'm in this as far as the winning projection goes up? Is no prime example, Dan Campbell. Kick the field goal, go to overtime.
Right.
But instead, we're so caught up on I want to be that coach to win it or lose it. Just play simple football and let your guys go decide it on the field. When did we get away from that?
Dan Campbell is special. He's a special person because Dan Campbell just coaches like that. Like he's unconventional in that way.
But but he's too unconventional. Like conventional wisdom says, we're going to talk about this later in the show, but I don't want to get too far into it. Conventional wisdom, like I get the old rule in any sport is if you're on the road, you don't play for overtime. You try to win it in regulation. If you're the home team, you play for the tie because you have the home field advantage. But in this football genre, that shit doesn't apply. So you go into it with your normal football wisdom, okay, they'll do this, and they do the complete opposite. It's madness.
Yeah. And that messes it up quite a bit, man.
I might not have won, but my kicker got me third place this week.
Hey, man.
I might not have gotten the end zone, but he got bucked in the field goal range.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, man. Now, when we do our IDPs, we do sacks or 5 points for your IDP. So if you got somebody that's on the edge, we do sacks for the people and everything. So we got sacks, 5 points, and you can get 5 points per sack. So if you get somebody like a TJ Watt or somebody like who else is a good edge rusher? Khalil Mack. You get guys like that can go off, Nick Bosa, that can go off and get you, or Daniil Hunter, that can get you 3 or 4 sacks in the game. and that's 3 sacks, 4 sacks times 5. That's 20 points, which is equivalent to somebody's regular productivity numbers. So that's one of the big things that we always talk about. Now, as far as like you guys league entry fees and stuff, when the person wins, let me ask you this. This is very big, and this has came up in several leagues I dealt with or I was a part of. When the winner is determined, so everybody knew who won Sunday night. Did the people get paid out Sunday or Monday in you guys' league?
My commissioner's giving me cash, and we're meeting for lunch Friday, so that's when I'm getting it. But normally we pay out the following day. So obviously there was no Monday game this week, so payouts would have happened on Monday. And I know in the 12-man league that I'm in, we pay out first, second, and third gets their buy-in back. And then we also do 4 prop bets for best quarterback, best wide receiver, best running back, best tight end. Okay. And I ended up getting lucky and winning the championship and then having the best wide receiver. So I made $650 this year off of that.
Wow.
Nice.
Who was your wide receiver?
CD Lamb.
CD? Oh man, yep. CD knocked it out the park this year, man. CD knocked it out the park. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, I want my team to do like League Safe or Venmo, but we do it old school with the cash. So I got mine on Monday. Just met him up for some lunch, but we do weekly payouts for high scorers. So every week the high scorer gets $10. So I won 9 weeks in a row. So I got an extra $90. That's cool.
You can't beat that, man. That is lovely, man. That is lovely, man.
Yeah, man, we losing out.
What you say, Ant?
We over here losing out. We need to be doing that too.
Right.
High scores, man.
High scores.
High scores and everything. I love the prop bets. I love it.
It's fun because if you don't make the playoffs, you can still have a reason to set your lineup. Like we had a guy who was like one of the worst teams in the league, but his team went off and he won the first week of the playoffs.
Oh wow. And you can't beat that, man. I love it, man. Do you guys I gotta ask you guys, do you guys have a penalty for the last place person in you guys' league? Is it a penalty for the person who comes in dead last?
In our league, we have so we get a trophy for first place, and there is also a trophy for last place. And it is a pile of shit painted gold. And it's put on a trophy base, and it says you are the shittiest fantasy player. And then we have a tiara that they have to wear.
Wow.
And a sash that says fantasy loser. And we always do like a public draft party. So the next year at the draft party, the fantasy loser has to stand at the door of, be it Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever sports bar we're at, and they have to be there an hour before everybody else, wearing their tiara, their sash, and holding the trophy, and open the door for every patron that comes in. And then
First lady, get that trophy out.
Hold it up with pride.
Once all the league mates show up, they have to basically greet us all as we come in the door, and then they have to draft. They have to put the stickers on the draft board for the first 3 rounds.
Oh man, I love it. Look at first.
Hey,
there's a license plate frame that says "Fantasy Loser" that they have to put on their vehicle and keep it the whole season.
What?
Hey, what? Are you serious?
I like that one,
Andrew.
Yeah.
That's our trophy right there. First lady is holding our trophy right there.
But this is not for this year, though.
Not for this year.
Not for this year. That's what
actually, I just bought that trophy for my Vampire League's last place.
She got the golden toilet.
Hey, man, I love that. Wait, what? Let me ask you this, Drew. I gotta ask you this. Where would you get that license plate sticker at? Where would you get that license plate decal? Because I love that idea, man.
I think it was Fantasy Jocks or something like that. FantasyJocks.com. They have a whole thing on there about like for last place. So there, it's literally a license plate frame that goes right around your license plate. So obviously you can still see your license plate, but it says fantasy loser, and I think it's pink.
Damn.
And at when we once the loser's announced, the commissioner or the previous loser will pass off that trophy and go there and put that license plate frame on, put it on video so all of us in the league can see it. And we haven't had the issue yet, but we've discussed it. If we catch them out in the wild basically, and we don't see that on there, then there's going to be some sort of penalty, but we haven't seen it yet. So the guys have stayed pretty true to it. Once they got it, they just kind of own it. You know what I mean? So
that's funny.
I love it, man. I love that.
The people's champ is all about personal humiliation.
I am hell bent. Hey, Drew, I am hell bent on just embarrassing people for coming in last place, man. I am just hell bent on just embarrassing people for coming in last place, man. Because hey, if you come in last place, you deserve some form of penalty, man. And I'm real big on that, man. The penalty, man. Hey, man, that is so cool, though, man. And I like the vampire idea.
Hey, that vampire is cool. I might try to find me a league that got something that.
I want to. Just create. Oh man, you gotta. And now, let me ask you this, Drew. So determine who's the vampire. You guys put name in a hat and draw the name out.
So because this was our inaugural season and I was commissioning the league, I just told him, I said, hey guys, I'll go ahead and I'll be the vampire. Now within the league chat, we've been discussing, and I think we're landing on whoever wins the championship the following season, they have to be the vampire.
I can agree on that. I like that.
So the team I drafted for somebody else that won, he's now got to be the vampire next year. So being that I'm the commissioner of the league, we use the sleeper app. I'll just make him co-commissioner, and I'll still help him manage the waiver wire and things like that. But obviously I just got to have a little bit of, sorry about that, guys. Just got to have a little bit of integrity, and not make any waiver moves on my own. And just kind of help him out. And I'll probably just help him along for the first couple of weeks and then hand the reins over to him and try to whoop his ass. So
hey, Drew,
CC found the license plate. Let me see if I can share it out so people can see.
It in the group chat. I love that.
There it is. That's the one.
Oh man, and they got to ride around with that on the line. Damn.
For the whole season.
I think that should be the punishment for next season.
Hey, Coach Corey, you with that, man? For the Arnold Jacksons, they came in last, right? That's a perfect penalty.
And the sash.
And the sash. I like that. Hey. Boy, Drew, you done gave us some amazing ideas, man.
There's the sash.
Hey, man.
There it is.
Man. Could you imagine, hey, Dino, could you imagine our boy Melton riding around in that nice BMW or
I think he got a Benz.
In the Benz. He got a Benz. Riding around in that nice Benz with that license plates. I
will never put that on my Benz. Never.
Hey, man,
you don't have a choice. Don't finish last.
You better have you another car then, buddy.
I'm gonna put that on the Malibu.
The car you don't drive.
The one that don't never leave the driveway. It's a project car.
That is hilarious, man.
It's gonna be my A to B because this Mercedes that premium gas in the pocket.
So Drew and Ant, I gotta ask you guys, and Dino, how many fantasy football titles do you have? You got four total?
4 total.
4 total. And how many fantasy football titles you have, man?
This will be my third one.
Your third title. Dino's, you got 5 titles, huh?
5.
I got to give you guys some. Dino is the one that broke me into fantasy football 10 years ago, man. when we were working at Macy's. Dino broke me into fantasy football.
I created
Pause.
a damn monster.
Hold on. Let me take that back. Dino didn't break me in. We're gonna pause that.
Please pause that.
Pause that. Dino didn't break me in. Pause.
That's a hard pause.
Hey, but you know what? Dino has showed me the fantasy light, man. Dino introduced me to fantasy 10 years ago. And man, I am proud to say, man, I just captured my 18th fantasy football title, man. Dino, like he said, he created a monster at this, man.
Damn.
I just won my 18th title, man.
How many leagues you in?
The dude being like 12 leagues.
No. This year, because this is what we had. We had a lot of people that wanted to get in the league, but we had like a little waiting list to get in our league because we are so generous with our bonus points and stuff. People love high scoring leagues and stuff. We got bonuses for if you get a 40-yard touchdown, a 50-yard touchdown, a 60-yard touch, you get bonus points, 5 extra points, and PPR leagues and everything. That really is amazing. I mean, you got like this past week when Amari went off, he had 59 points. He had 59 points, bonus points, long touchdowns. So I had people waiting. So I'm like, damn, I don't want to start these. I had to start leagues because I promised people that they were going to get in and then people back out. And so I ended up creating leagues, man. I participated in 9 leagues. And the crazy thing about that, I made the playoffs in all 9 leagues. I ain't saying I won them all. I went to the championship in 3 of them, won 1 of them, finished 3rd in around 3 of them, and, made the playoffs in all of them. So I'll say I will never do 9 leagues again. I will reduce it down. But we had so many people waiting to get in our leagues, man, because the scoring and the competitiveness in the leagues and everything, man. So I said I'd never do it again, man.
Fantasy suicide.
Hey man, I know we talking fantasy, but breaking news: Russell Wilson is gonna walk away from $142 million from the Denver Broncos.
He gonna retire?
Oh, wow.
He gonna walk away. He's gonna leave that money on the table and look for another team.
Wow. That's
big. That's on the list. We gotta discuss that tonight.
We will. Hey,
the Broncos did him dirty.
They did.
They did him dirty. Hey, we got before we go any further, we got my man West 10 in the building. West 10, introduce yourself.
Man, what's going on, Coop? Y'all already know what it do, man. Y'all know who it be. It's the government of West Tennessee, man. It's Tennessee to the left.
West.
Yeah, damn sure it do.
That's what it is. West sound like he a little under the weather.
He sound like he underwater.
That's it. Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew, you say so. How many leagues were you in this year, Drew?
5.
5? Yeah, that's the max I'm going to go back to because you play any more, you playing against yourself. So I'm playing in the championship against myself. You
gotta have a strategy. You gotta have a strategy because I did 6. This is the most I ever did. So my strategy was there was a core group of players that I had to draft for each team. So I wasn't playing against myself. So across all 6 teams, I had at least 5 players on every team.
Yeah. And that's the only way you can probably
do it.
That and stuff, man. But like I say, man, Dino showed me the way, man. And I just took, I call Dino as a proud teacher, man. Because Dino is a proud teacher, man. All my fantasy success.
Well, we taught Cece because she done took the knowledge and ran with it.
Hey man, I'm telling you, man, we had so much fun and everything. Drew, you can stick around with us, man, while we talk some more football, man. If you want to, man. But I appreciate you coming on, man. We want you to come on because you look like you got that knowledge, man. That football knowledge, man, and we want you to stick around if you don't have nothing else to do, man.
I can chill for a little while yet. Dogs aren't getting too restless yet.
So okay.
I got 6 of them bastards running around here. So
6.
Oh, man.
Shit,
6
you got a
of
whole kennel.
Yeah.
damn near. Damn
My
near.
sister, my
What kind-
sister and brother-in-law got 14 dogs.
Wow.
What?
Now they just had French bulldog. She just had a litter on November the 24th. The puppies are 5 weeks old.
How many?
What kind of dogs?
French bulldog, she said.
Oh, okay. French bulldogs. Okay.
Yeah, she had 7, 5 girls, 2 boys.
Wow.
You muted, Wes.
I got
They got
3 pit bulls, an American foxhound, a greyhound, yellow lab mix, and a bulldog and pug mix.
Wow.
Now,
Oh wow.
Yeah, they got Frenchies. They got a Presa Canario, 2 Cane Corsos, 2 bullies, 2 Frenchies, Frenchie puppies. He got 2 other dogs coming in. I forgot the name of them. They I know they look like Cane Corsos, but they white. I forgot what they're called.
Okay.
Leash hounds.
so my fiance, she does a lot of volunteer work in shelters, and she bonds with a lot of these dogs, gets close to them, and unfortunately in Philly, the main shelter, ACCT Philly, they're overwhelmed 365 days out of the year. So they're putting dogs down left and right. And I think all 6 of ours are rescues, and 5 of the 6 are over the age of 12 now. And the most recent one, we actually just got back in October. She's 4, but they put her on a list to be euthanized as well. And my girlfriend took off, got down into Philly, and brought the dog back before, and didn't even tell me about it. I came home from work, and there's a new dog in my house. I was like, what the hell is going on?
You'll know you're okay.
Damn.
So it's just, we try to give them a lot of love and give them the best life that they can have for what they've got left. And it's stressful. It gets kind of expensive, but I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I know when I look at the old lady and just see her light up when she sees these dogs, and she can work a full day and then go do another 6 hours at the shelter, 7 hours at the shelter. She'll be dead tired, but she'll be telling me nothing but stories about how cute this dog is or how well behaved this one is, and so on and so forth. So it's just happy wife, happy life. You know what I mean? She was in the dental field for 15 years, and once we got together, I'm a commercial roofer by trade, so I make decent money, and she was like, I am sick and tired of being in the dental field. I can't take it anymore. So after 15 years of doing dental work, she just dropped it, and now she works at a doggy daycare and boarding facility, and she's the happiest I've ever seen her. So
that's cool.
Dogs will do that to you. My brother-in-law and my sister have converted their garage into a kennel.
Oh wow.
Man, and let me tell you how much, I don't know if you know how much Frenchies, those little French bulldogs go for. Those French bulldogs are so expensive. The guy who did the conversion is converting the garage to a kennel. He moved my sister's laundry room up to the first floor, built her a pantry. Only thing he's charging them is, they all have to do is pay for the materials. He's not charging them labor for a dog.
Wow.
Yep. My boss has 2 Frenchies, and he told me that he paid at least $8,000 a piece.
Yep.
So
wow.
Yeah.
Now, or your sister go sell the Frenchies?
Yep.
Wow. There you have it, man. Hey, man. Hey, we gotta talk about last night, man. We gotta talk about this college football playoffs. Man, did you guys see 2 good games last night, man? Oh my God! Starting off
I
with that
saw
Alabama and Michigan, man. Did you?
I saw a bunch of receivers that Patrick Mahomes. I told you, Patrick Mahomes is somewhere in between Alabama and Michigan, somewhere asking some guys like, "Hey, if you throw in a uniform, I got a good 100,000, 200,000 for you right now. After your bowl game, you want to play a couple playoff games, you just gotta pretend you number 19. They not gonna know.
Yeah. Hey
They'll be
man, but
surprised you catching the
I,
ball.
you know what? Alabama was being Alabama last night, man. I think they started off, the typical defense. Nick Saban made his adjustments like he always does. And then after that, I think Michigan caught that rhythm. And then when they took it to overtime, I knew that Alabama was in trouble after that when they went to overtime.
When I put in our group chat, Alabama was in trouble after the first two plays. I tagged West. I said West. If they don't protect our boy better than this is gonna be a long day.
Well, but you know what? Nick Saban and them made a great adjustment
They did.
because they got the ball out quick and they started using their weapons really well. And I think it kind of shook Michigan for a while. And then they got Milrow running the ball a lot.
Yeah.
And then they went away from Alabama had one play that I kept saying they need to run more and more. They overloaded one side real heavy. And then they pulled the tackle and the tight end back to the short side. And Milrow had a big game.
Yeah.
But then they never went back to it.
Never went back to
They
him.
never went back to it. He got it. The one time he ran it, I guess he got about 25, 30 yards.
Mm-hmm.
But they never went back to it. And
They
then they allowed Michigan, just the threat of them blitzing started to wear on their center because as they got in those gaps, his snaps started to get bad. I
Yep.
think the adjustments, I think the adjustments that Alabama made was great. I just
Mm-hmm.
think the center kind of got a little weirded out because of them getting in the gaps and started to rush his snaps a little bit, and they started to get low. They started to get off to the right. And I think that's what kind of got them out of rhythm a little bit because the
They
center
did.
snap started to move. Because Alabama was in great shape. They was in shape to take over the game and beat Michigan
They
until the
were.
snaps started going everywhere.
Stephen A.
Man.
talk about
They
the
they
But
had solved everything Michigan was trying to do to them with the quick game and getting the ball out in the flats as fast as they could.
yeah.
And then the snaps started going awry.
And that's what
So
I think that's what hurt them really in the long run.
yeah, Alabama made a great adjustment and probably should have won the game.
But
Yeah,
I
they
don't
was
I do not get that quarterback sneak call. I can't get that call to save my life. I think it was a breakdown in coverage, and I think Milrow, I think he thought he could score.
Yeah,
And that
that's what I
Michigan
think
defense,
too.
just converged so quickly and closed it up, man. That's what I think he thought he could score.
Yeah.
But it was also
There couldn't have been no quarterback run.
it was a bad snap.
It had to be an adjustment.
It was a
It had
bad
to be an
snap. The snap was bad. That
horrible
snap was
snap.
down at his feet because Michigan got in the gaps again. But
Man,
I'll say this once again, they didn't. That was a bad play call. With a quarterback like Milrow, you got to give him a run pass type option. You can't just snap that ball to him and say, "Go get us a touchdown." There's too many. Alabama has too many weapons, and they were on display the whole game.
Yeah.
And then you get down that close, and you just take all the other weapons away and say, Here, quarterback, go win the game. That's an injustice to all those guys.
You can't do that. Did you see the game last night, Drew? Did you happen to see the game last night, Drew? The Bama game, the games yesterday.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I've watched about the first quarter and a half, and then I fell asleep on my couch. And I woke up with about a minute left in the game, and I watched Alabama lose it. So,
Jim Harbaugh, he pulled it out, man, against Nick Saban in overtime, man. Washington and Texas, man. Did you guys see that game? That was a big
wide receiver,
game, man.
That wide receiver from Washington is a beast.
Man, that quarterback for Washington is a beast.
Hey, man.
Yeah, he is too.
Throw at that motherfucker.
Washington or Michigan?
Yeah. Washington versus Texas game.
Hey, I'm gonna have to say this. I'm gonna have to give Bo Nix a pass because Penix been in the league damn near as long as him.
See that? And you always talk about Bo Nix. I'm telling you.
But I'm gonna have to get on Penix. Because Penix, when they said he was a 6-year senior, I was like, damn, how many more years he gonna play?
Exactly. But you always give Bo Nix, who just turned 23, a hard ass time, man.
Hey, but Bo Nix, man, Bo Nix got a wife, a kid, a house, a pension. Man,
hey,
Bo Nix got Bo Nix got way more than the average college senior, man.
Hey, man, but did you see the game though yesterday, man? Did you see how I like Texas, man. I like Texas. I think they were itching at the bit to throw Arch Manning in that game, man. But they quarterback, man, showed me so much, man. I think Arch needs to probably hit the transfer portal because I don't see him playing no time soon, to be honest with you, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. There's no time based off the way the kid looked last night. Arch Manning will not be playing no time soon, man. Because
how do you guys feel about this whole NIL and the transfer portal thing? I think it's kind of hurting college football a little bit because guys are sitting out.
It's ruined college football.
We just talked about this last week.
Call it what it is.
It is killing. It's ruining college football, man. It is ruining college football. The portal, these NIL deals, man. And you know what? We talked about Coach Prime in Colorado, man. He's not go. Hey, he says he's refusing to go and recruit high schoolers, man. He's getting guys out the portal, man. And to somebody from the NCAA say, hey, you got to have some high schoolers. They're giving all their scholarships to these transfer kids who got a year of college experience under their belt, a couple years under their belt, and transferring in. That's just like if you had a job. I've been working this job I've been on the job for 3 years in a different department, and then you got somebody that just graduated from college. Hey, why I'm gonna take my run on the guy just coming out, and I got the veteran that's been there for 3 years. So that's what they're doing, man. They're taking a run on these guys that's been in the college and the portal. But to answer your question, the portal is killing college football, and these NIL deals are just really crazy, man. Man, I think Shador Sanders is the highest paid college athlete from an NIL perspective. Am I right?
He's up there.
That is ridiculous.
Andrew, I can tell you this from experience. I work with a kid right now who is a baseball player who is a 3.9 student, works for a fire department in his town, wants to be a fire jumper. I don't know if you know what a fire jumper is.
Yes, sir, I do.
He's been turned down by about 6 colleges. He's 6'4", center fielder, white kid, runs about a 6'6", 6'7", 60, and he was told by Iowa that because he was from a small school, he would never make it at their school because he plays at a small school. He's been told by 5 or 6 other colleges that they're not recruiting high schoolers. They're gonna get all their players from the portal.
That's
The
what kills
kid
us
has
right there.
the kid has every measurable that you can imagine. And on top of that is a 3.9 grade point average student. And he cannot find a college. He can't even find a JUCO because JUCOs are telling him they're gonna get their kids from the portal.
That is, oh my God.
You know how many people are they losing out on these 5-star athletes, 4-star athletes. That's why Nick Saban is real hell bent on being against the portal, man, because it's just killing collegiate sports, man. I'm just gonna be honest, it's just killing college sports, man. It's just doing it some injustice, man. And that's the problem right there, man. So I just shake my head when it comes to that because
This
it's crazy, man.
I mean,
this
I'm glad the
kid
kids are getting
mom
paid. I'm glad
Go
they're
ahead,
getting
go.
paid. But
this kid's mom calls me every week because another school has told them no, and they are at their
Wow.
wits' end because they don't know what to do because we told them, well, maybe you got to walk on somewhere and then try to use the portal to your advantage. But but they're not even allowing kids to walk on and try to make the team because they're so heavy with the portal.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Hey, Drew, what you were saying about the NIL deals, man?
I said I think it's good that they're getting paid
Yeah.
because I mean the universities are making millions off of these kids. So I
Yes.
think it's good that they're getting paid, but I think I don't know what it is, but I think there's a better way that it could be done.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem is the NIL was set up supposedly to help kids be able to pay for college so that they didn't have this great big huge loan at the end of
Yes.
graduating. But
Mm-hmm.
somehow they didn't govern it right. And now these kids are becoming millionaires before they even graduate. And to me, that's a big problem. You're not
Huge
taking
problem.
the use of what the NIL was for, you're allowing it to do something totally different.
And do you think now that that's implemented, like they should almost retroactively, like didn't they take away what was it, Reggie Bush's Heisman?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
they need to probably give it back to them, man, because
That's
But it's out of
hey,
control. It's out of control at this point because you got to look at the governing body that instituted it, the NCAA, which is the most corrupt organization in probably the fucking world besides FIFA. FIFA.
people.
Because I'll give
Or the
you
damn
another
the
example.
damn IOC. They right there with them.
Yeah, there's a kid here in St. Louis who is the top receiver in the country, supposed to go to Ohio State. His NIL deal was $2 million, and
Mm.
he just flipped on Ohio State
And going to
last
Texas.
week. Nope,
Yep.
he's going to Oregon.
Ain't going to Texas?
No, I'm talking about Jeremy McClellan from
Oh, okay.
CBC.
I thought you were talking about
Supposed to go
Wingo.
to Ohio State. He just flipped on Ohio State. He's now going to Oregon
Because I know Wingo going to
to play at
Texas.
Oregon.
He backed out of Ohio State to go to Texas. Wingo did.
Yep.
He's supposed to go to Ohio State as well. Hey man,
But what's going to start happening is it's already ruining college. It's going to start affecting pro ball here in a minute. because most of these kids are gonna look at it like,
because
why should I go pro?
No. You forgot the big thing with the state of Missouri. Governor Parsons, the governor of the state of Missouri, signed a passing NILs. They can get NIL deals in high school, but the only stipulation is they must attend a university in the state of Missouri. So now you're telling me you're allowing NIL deals for high schoolers, and God forbid you got some single parents and low poverty neighborhoods. Only thing my kid has to do to go to Mizzou, go to Missouri State, go to any Missouri institution, and I can get NIL money in high school. This is they cannot control it now. It has spiraled so far out of control that they cannot even reel it back in if they wanted to, man. But
see, here's gonna be the issue with that.
Go ahead.
The portal. They're gonna say, okay, well, I got to go to a Missouri college. They're gonna go to Missouri State for a year, and then they're gonna take an NIL deal somewhere else and get more money, and go somewhere else after a year or two. Because the problem is gonna become, why go to a college for 4 years when I can go 1 year and get an NIL deal, go to the next university, get an NIL deal, go to the next university, get an NIL deal, go to the next university, get an NIL deal. Because throughout this whole process, no one has had to sit out.
And that's what the thing was. They used to have to sit out back in the day, man.
But nobody has to sit out. So you're going to have kids that can play 4, 5, 6 years in college and make almost an NFL salary.
And that's where the problem will lie at, man. That's where the problem will lie at, man. Hey, man, we got our national championship game set. Michigan versus Washington. Hey, I got to go around the horn. Who y'all got winning it all, man?
I got Michigan.
Dino, you got Michigan. Who you got, CC?
I'm going underdog.
You going Washington?
Yep.
I mean, I want Washington win, but their defense is
Who you got, Drew? Michigan or Washington, man?
I'm a Big Ten guy. Gotta go with Michigan.
You going Michigan? Okay. West 10, who you got? You going with CC with the underdog Washington?
Underdog, man. Underdog.
Coach Corey, who you got, man? Michigan, Washington.
Hey, man, I'm going with the hardballs so we can get a national championship and a Super Bowl in the same year. Ain't no brothers ever did that.
Hey, Coach, the only thing had me torn between
Jim and John, man. That's hey, man, I'm going with Jim and John.
Hey, in the words of the Harbaugh family, who got it better than us? Nobody.
No. I'm going with Jim and John.
Is it a consensus? Is it a consensus that Harbaugh is going to the Chargers?
Yep.
I think so.
Win, lose, or draw.
As soon as he wins his national championship, he
on the first thing out of it.
Hey, as soon as he win the national title, they will announce him. And you know what? Next Monday is gonna be Black Monday in the NFL. Monday. And then the national championship game is that day. That Tuesday, after he wins the national title in Las Vegas, because I think it's played in Vegas, right? No, is it played in Vegas?
Houston. It's in Houston.
It's in Houston. He's going to fly from Houston to Los Angeles that evening and make the announcement. I promise you.
I can believe that.
I've been hearing some rumblings though about maybe Bill Belichick wanting to head to warmer weather, and that he might be in line for that Chargers job too.
That's a good one, but I would think if Harbaugh, you got a good third Michigan, man. You control the whole program. Hey, man, you don't have to worry about, especially if you win the national title, you are secured. You're locked in. I wouldn't worry about, I wouldn't make the move. I wouldn't make the move. I did it. I would stay in Michigan. That's me.
Now, there is another warm weather city out west that's going to need a head coach. And it hasn't been decided.
What the city is that?
Las Vegas.
I can see him going to Las Vegas.
I can see Belichick going to Vegas.
I can see him going to Las Vegas before the Chargers.
Because they have a good team. They just need an actual good head coach.
Is Aiden O'Connell the next Tom Brady? Is that what you're telling me?
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
I think Justin Herbert might be the next Tom Brady. He could be somewhere in that range.
Hey man,
imagine what Belichick could do with Herbert.
Hey, I can imagine that, but I'm thinking along the lines. Before Al Davis passed away, Al Davis wanted Bill Belichick from the Patriots years ago. Al Davis and Mark Davis' son. If he's anything like his dad, he would pay whatever it takes to get Bill Belichick out there in Las Vegas,
including some draft picks.
Yes, and he would give him the complete and total control of front office. He'll be the GM and he'll be the head coach.
Which is the reason why they won't win, because Belichick he's not a good GM.
He's a great coach.
He's a good coach, terrible GM.
But Drew, to piggyback off what you just said about what Belichick could do with Herbert, your local high school coach could do a better job than Staley.
I agree. I 100% agree.
Your local play 60 flag football coach could do a better job than Brandon Staley.
Hey man, that is too funny, man. Before we go off and talk NFL, we just got to do some noticeable college football games. Oregon beat Liberty 45-6, and you know what? Liberty was 13-0. Liberty was 13-0. That was in the Fiesta Bowl. Liberty was 13-0, and they were saying, why don't they get any consideration? This is the reason why. Look at the conference you played in. You finished 13-0 in your conference, but now you go
didn't play nobody.
Exactly. You lose 45-6 against Oregon. You scored 6 points at the beginning of the game, and after that, you goose-egged the second, third, and fourth quarter. That just goes to show you, Liberty, you probably need to move to one of these other conferences if you want to be recognized as a powerhouse. Tennessee knocked off Iowa 35-0, man. Does this show the SEC dominance? The dominance in college football by the SEC, 35-0. Tennessee over Iowa. Also, another SEC, LSU knocks off Wisconsin 35-31. 35-31. LSU over Wisconsin, man. So big SEC. They dominate. Dino, would you finna say something?
Actually, I have a bigger question. Now with the advent of the college football playoff now going from 4 teams to 8 teams, and the fact that over the years the bowls have gotten less and less attention, the product is terrible, players opt out. Can we just say bye-bye to bowl games? Are we at that point? We could just get rid of them?
Absolutely not, because it's billions and billions of dollars that's tied into these bowl games.
I'm not denying that. I mean, aside for the money part, I'm saying for the actual viewership. Unless you go to one of these schools, you're really not watching it.
They don't give a damn what you feel about viewership. It's about this. NCAA is about this money. Man.
I'm tired of watching 6 and 6 teams in damn bowl games.
Thank you. It's a terrible product. Who wants to see that shit? The players don't want to be there. First of all, the college season ends right around Thanksgiving. So these cats don't play again for 30 days, and then you throw them out in the field and think you're going to get a good game. Lo and behold, if you make it to the championship game, you did play 7-8 weeks ago.
Sit back.
But think about it. Think about it as a player, though. They giving every player a chance to say they won a bowl of some sort.
And you know what, West 10, I'm going to piggyback off what West 10 say. If you have been to college or know somebody that went to college that played in a bowl game, when they go to these bowl games, when they go to their whole, they get so much stuff. They get tablets, iPods, iPhone. They get so much stuff that the sponsors give them. No. Listen. They give them so much stuff from incentive standpoint. They give them gift cards. They give them so much stuff that the players benefit off the bowl games. But you look at it like the Duke Mayo Bowl. That's a prime example.
I'm with you.
What's that?
Dude,
what?
They get
NIL money. They don't give a fuck about no free tablet.
Hey, but
right, they can go buy 100 fucking tablets.
But I'm just saying.
I guarantee you this. If Marvin Harrison was playing in the college football playoffs for a chance at playing at the national title, he'd have played.
He'd have definitely played.
But he ain't playing for the national title though.
And that's why he ain't playing. So your best players aren't playing in these bowl games.
But the thing is, they don't care.
Hey, think about it.
So you're telling me, listen up, you're telling me Duke's Mayo, whoever is the president and CEO of Duke's Mayo, and the NCAA coming to a binding agreement for this bowl game. And we got so many Duke Mayo commercials that's going to be shown doing this. And then you're not going to even talk about the TV rights and everything. The TV, hey man, they paying big.
But BP, we in a different space now, dog. It's 2024. All of that TV shit, you thinking 20, 30 years ago. That shit ain't the same now because you have streaming apps. People can bootleg the game. That ain't important no more. Now the players are getting paid. They have
those bowl games are still the same thing. They're still bowl games. The college football playoffs is still bowl games.
Still bowl games. Those are the ones that matter.
Those are the bowl games.
Nobody want to see little sister of the poor playing in the fucking buttery toastery bowl on fucking December 27th. Who gives a shit? It ain't the damn playoff. That's the whole point of coming up with a playoff, so you don't have all these meaningless bowl games.
The whole lineup in second string of Florida State was not playing. None of them
63-3. So they got it right. And I know the Florida State people pissed off and they in their feelings, but I'm sorry, if you really wanted to stick it to them, you should have went out there and beat the shit out of whoever you had to play in the Orange Bowl. As they say, we should have been there, but you didn't do that. You took the bitch way out. We just not gonna play. And what happened?
He couldn't. But that's because it don't mean anything.
Quarterback gone. Come on, man.
Brock Bowers, he didn't even play in the bowl game.
That's my point.
Florida State had 40 guys from their original roster not play.
Because a lot of them in the portal. Majority of like Drew said, a lot of the portal is hurting. A lot of those people, a lot of those guys that were on Florida State's original roster and they didn't make the national championship game, they were in the portal the next day.
Exactly. And that's why. Because they see that Florida State is not going to get a chance to play for a national title because of where they are and how the committee is voting. So those guys leave. That's why. So, of course, they're never going to have their guys to play in those games because those guys are going to places where they can be for a chance to play in the title.
That's it, man. Hey, man, we got to move on over to our NFL, man. NFL games, man. We got a couple teams that locked up playoff spots, man. First round buys, man. We got the bang, bang, flop gang, baby. We locked in first place, man. We're going to rest all the big dogs today.
Don't do that. No, hey.
Don't do that. Hey. Don't do that to us, man.
Get Andrew ass out the camera, man.
I'm just going to say, Flacco might have a little revenge in him.
Ooh, don't say that.
Man.
You say Flacco may have a little bit of something to prove, huh?
I'm just saying.
Andrew, he already got the Jets back.
Andrew, I thought about that.
Flacco is the hottest quarterback right now in the league, man.
I thought about this.
And just think about it.
Eagles from the cost me some money.
Flacco 3 weeks ago, 2 months ago, Flacco was driving carpool for his kids.
Flacco was sitting on the couch like this.
With the remote control.
Flacco had his feet up watching TV, man.
Now
that's the way Lamar's going to be after he has to play Flacco. Sitting back watching the rest.
Hey, this brings me to my question. Does the Cleveland Browns Because all that money Deshaun has got is guaranteed. You think the Cleveland Browns is thinking about this when they see what they got for Flacco? Because he's just playing off incentives now. They just giving him, he getting incentives now. They're like, man, damn, did we mess up?
No, they're not thinking of. Well, they might be thinking about it on another level, but they're not thinking about it towards Flacco because they're still going to play the long game. Because quarterbacks play until they 35, 40 years old, and Flacco's going towards the end of that. So they still not gonna think, oh wow, we could have just saved money and got Flacco. They still gonna do exactly. I'm not saying it's right. They still gonna do exactly what everybody else has done with Flacco. Use them to get them where they gotta go, and then try to go get a younger quarterback.
I think they should keep him around and develop DTR a little more.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think you bring Flacco back for another year, let him kind of carry it through as you develop DTR, and then do a smooth transition from Flacco into DTR, because I think kind of like an Anthony Richardson situation, learn to get down, not take the big hits, and if he could go with a healthy season after he gets a little bit of experience under his belt, I think DTR could be a very good quarterback in the NFL.
So you would trade
what happens to
Deshaun
Deshaun's contract? Like you just can't eat that shit. That's a lot of money.
Would you trade Deshaun?
You can't. That's too much. Nobody's about to
Ain't
take
nobody
that
gonna pick
contract.
that contract.
Hell no, they stuck.
Damn.
I don't think
They
Deshaun
stuck.
Watson's the answer for Cleveland either.
Yeah, but you got
It's a different. It's the wrong system for him.
That's 200.
Andrew, he ain't been the answer for nobody. I've been telling him that ever since he was in.
He had what, one good season in Houston?
I mean, he was answered for the little parlor girls, but apparently not the Browns.
Right.
Hey man,
his money's been good.
Hey man,
money don't have no racist bonus. Green is green.
Hey man, what about? Hey man, we got to talk about this controversy call in the Lions game, man.
Oh my God, man!
He reported.
He literally walked over there. He said something to the ref. He didn't ask him how his damn day was going.
No. Oh, go to that clip and show Damian Woody.
Hey,
show Damian Woody.
The ref simply got the numbers confused.
No, he didn't.
Because 70 was running over there. 71 didn't even talk.
No, I'm calling the fix now. The fix was in. Jerry Jones made a call. It's Jimmy Jones' retirement night. We can't lose this game.
And it
sounds about right, don't it?
It spices up that whole NFC East race too.
No, it's done because now Dallas got the tiebreaker.
He told him about that free game. He knew about that before the game started.
Yeah, you can't sit there and tell me that there ain't some collusion going on.
Every coach has said what happened.
Which clip was that, CC, that you had?
I'm sitting up under the
Hey man,
not the Russell Wilson, right?
The real.
Yeah, the person up under the controversial call. Should be the person up under the controversial call.
It ain't even about finding the refs, West End. It's about holding their asses accountable. So they need to have press conferences just like the players and just like the coaches at the end of games. Get your ass up there and answer some questions.
I've been hearing a lot of Dallas fans saying, "Oh, it was fair, it was good." But then why is the NFL demoting that referee crew?
Dallas Cowboys fans always gonna say that because they the most delusional fans in the country.
Delusional.
All right, man. Here we go. Let's
number occupy an eligible position.
Fair
you
use.
have to report that to the referee.
Go for
this particular play, number 70. Okay. Who had reported?
Go back to where you see Damian Woody.
Coached professional football. Damian, I want to start with you. Your reaction to the end of game sequence.
You see me fanning right now, right? I'm still, I'm still hot from that call last night, and I feel for Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions in this situation. But let me remind everyone out here, I played 12 years in the National Football League. I've been in this situation before where you have to report eligible. Yeah. It's literally, you don't even have to say anything. You're literally swiping your jersey in front of the ref. That is it. You're swiping your jersey in front of the ref to let the referee know that you are an eligible player. Okay, you are eligible. Dan Skipper, number 70, he was ineligible. He was lined up at tackle. Panay Sewell was lined up next to him, so he could not have been eligible on that play. So if you look at the whole picture, you look at the formation, the only lineman that could have been eligible was Taylor Decker. That's it. That's a blown call by the referee.
I want to pick on something you just said, nonverbal. Sometimes you can just go up and swipe your jersey.
Yes.
It looks like Allen isn't even looking at Decker in the overhead shot. Is it incumbent upon one person in that interaction to make eye contact, to make sure that, hey, I'm not trying to tip off Dallas any more than I need to, but I need to make sure you see me, and I'm doing this.
Listen, I don't know what more Taylor Decker can do. Like, he literally walked up to the referee, swiped his jersey.
We could all see that.
And that's all you have to do. Okay. Like, he did his job. The referee didn't do his job.
All right.
Man, that's big controversy right there, man. That right there could.
And here's the killer part, real quick. Then I'm gonna let you go.
Jones.
If we can review everything up and down during a game, why the fuck can't we review blown calls?
Because
the motto is get it right, right? So if you could take fucking 5 minutes to look at an obvious ass catch and look at every angle and every fucking review, why can't you go back and like, hey, we fucked this up, let's go fix it?
Exactly.
So the fact that you didn't do that, that leads me to be like, okay, the fix is on.
You know why they know? Because the referees are the government of the NFL. They write the laws that they go along. They do whatever the hell they want to do. They don't get questioned. They don't get fined. Nothing happens. That's just it. We got to live with it.
But here's the thing. Here's the crazy part about every coach said it. Every coach said it, even Dan Campbell. The messed up part about this is that pre-game, Dan Campbell meets with the whole refereeing crew, especially the head ref who made the call. Says, hey, these are my plays. This is what I'm gonna do here in this situation. So if we're in a situation we're gonna go for two. I'm gonna have 68 gonna come report. It's gonna be he lines it all out. Jared Goff tells Decker to go
pointed
report.
at him.
Pointed at him to go report. The two offensive linemen that were reporting as eligible, or the two that was over there. The one that he called was just running up. He wasn't even over there. But it was told to him before the game even happened and the play even happened. Like this, and not to mention, this is the same refereeing crew that missed that pass interference call in the Chiefs-Packers game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey,
yeah,
this was
and this is also the same crew that missed the pass interference in the Rams Vikings game the year before at the end of the game.
How did the fuck these people keep their damn jobs?
Just to play devil's advocate. Just to play devil's advocate for a second.
Get it to us.
Didn't the Rams have the Lions have like 3 opportunities to put that ball in?
They did.
They did.
They chose
that's the problem.
Going for it instead of just kicking the field.
No, we not excusing that, because guess what? If you make the correct call, those 2 plays never happen.
The problem is that call right there, that play right there was their ace in the hole. Gotta have it, always work play.
And you can't run it but one time because now it's on film.
Right.
Run it but one time. They ran it, it worked. At that point in time, just kick the field goal, Cam. Go to overtime.
At that point, I'm like, you just got to kick the shit. That pride wouldn't let him kick it.
That's what everything said. Kick the extra point. If that didn't work, they called the penalty. Kick the extra point. Play for win it in overtime. Kick the extra point, win it in overtime. But like you said, the pride Dan Campbell had would not. I'm talking about he 4th and 5 or 6 or 7. 4th and goal from the 7.
It was from the 7. The
7-yard line.
2-point conversion from the 7.
Come on, man. Come on, kick it. Just
Kick the
kick it.
damn extra point.
Kick the extra point. Go, hey. And you
Your
want
defense been doing good all game except for one blown play.
Kick the
But
extra
whoever the
point.
fuck that linebacker was, his ass should still be walking back to Detroit because he had a clean shot at Dak in the end zone and whiffed. He didn't touch him. He didn't scrape him. He didn't blow on him. He didn't do shit. He ran right past him as if, oh, this is the script. I'm fucking up. I'm not supposed to tackle him.
Hey, man, if the Dallas Cowboys win the NFC East, boy, we will not hear the end of Cowboys fans' mouth, man.
It's gonna be real short lived because they don't play. Because all
who they play?
You wanna know what they showed me though?
They play they got to go and play the Commanders in DC. And you know what? It's not gonna be an easy walk in the park for Dallas, man. I'm gonna tell you that. But the
shit, have you seen the Tutty secondary?
Hey man, but Philly gotta go to New York, and that's gonna be they gotta go to New York and play Saquon them.
That ain't even what I'm talking about. You know what? I was an extra point or a missed 2-point conversion from being right. Remember when I said that Dallas was gonna lose? I thought they were gonna lose 2 out of the next 3, but they could potentially lose 3 in a row because they ain't going against cakewalk teams, and all 3 teams can run the ball. That's what it said.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is that this is gonna be real short-lived for Dallas because what that showed everybody that should be paying attention is that Dallas can't be the actual for real team straight up. They're gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle against somebody, and when you get to the playoffs, you're not playing the Jets. You're not playing the Giants.
But the thing is, though, if they win this game Sunday against the Commanders,
they get home field.
They lock in the number 2 seed, and they got at least 2 home games guaranteed in the playoffs. And the only
who
time
would they get? Like right now, who would they get?
They probably would get the Rams.
And let's think about it. The Rams, if they get the Rams have been rolling trying to get to the playoffs, right? You got a nice defense. They got what do the Rams have?
The Rams have a solid defense, a solid running back, which if we've seen anything, it's if you just run the ball down Dallas's throat, they're going to lose the game.
Yeah. You're right.
And he got some great receivers to throw it to if they choose
and Stafford has some great receivers, and Stafford has been to the Super Bowl.
And
won it. So
but the thing is, you got to think about Dallas. It's still. I understand everything you guys are saying, but they got two home games. So and home games are big when it comes to.
But
the
did you just
man.
see the last home game they had? That should have been an L. That was an L.
It doesn't matter that they got 2 home games. The thing of it is that the key to Dallas victory has not been at home. The key to Dallas victory is that all of their home games have been against crappy teams. Mm-hmm. That their defense has been able that have gifted them 2 turnovers.
Mm-hmm. Play with a lead. They never had to come from behind.
Never had to come from behind. They defense give them about 14 points. So yeah, now CD Lamb can go off. Now you don't have to worry about the fact that Pollard is not a power back. Now you got to worry about all of that. Everything finesse can go their way. But what happens when Stafford ain't throwing no interception? What happens when Kyron is what happens when Kyron is busting open 10, 15-yard runs?
What happens when they double covered CD and he got to throw the ball somewhere else?
When they double cover CD and he got to throw the ball somewhere else.
Oh, it's coming. You please believe he's not getting man coverage.
Weather is not going to be a factor. The Rams playing a dome. If they have to go into Dallas, it's
just like another home game.
Just another home game.
Hey, man, it will be interesting though, man, because like you say, playoffs, home game. Hey, things may change.
And Dallas always chokes in the playoffs.
And
like Stephen A. said, just wait for it.
He's waiting on it, man.
And it always comes when they riding high, and you thinking there's no way they can lose.
The blueprint is out on Dallas. How does everybody beat Dallas?
Run it down their throat.
Run it
And
down
who do
their
they
throat.
run it at?
Michael
Parsons.
Parsons.
Yeah. If you run
But
at
right
Michael Parsons, run at him. Wherever he is, run at him.
Wear his
Only
ass
way
out.
only way he can disrupt the game is if you let him disrupt it from the backside
And
and
pass
don't
rush.
run at him.
And that's the
Yeah.
only thing right now. You got Dallas that can win the division and the second seed, and that can cost Coach Corey and Dino's an additional
And you too, sir.
$200.
You too.
Isn't it
We
still
all in
up
that
in the
same
air?
boat.
If
Not
Dallas loses and Philly wins, that can swap still?
me.
Yeah.
If Dallas loses and Philly wins, Philly got the division, and they got the second seed.
With the
If
way
they
Philly's
both-
playing though, and
if
the
they
lack
both
of
win,
creative play
Dallas-
calling, Philly. Look, I'm a diehard Philly fan. I got the logo tattooed on the inside of my arm. Man, these last 6-8 weeks have been so hard for me. I've been standing up, cussing at my TV, about to put my fist through the damn thing because I'm just so sick of the play calling, and it's just this is not the Philly team from last year.
Hey,
This is
Drew.
not the
Right.
I feel you, Drew. These damn OCs,
I've been cussing
they
at my
suck.
TV too.
Hey,
I've
man.
been cussing at my TV for the last 6 games. But
Hey,
it
man.
been because we've been whooping motherfuckers ass. Block game, baby. Let's go.
Hey, man. On that
Hey,
note,
but
man,
Drew, what
hey,
really
hey,
messed y'all up when y'all decided to let Matt Patricia call y'all defense.
hey,
That's the
man,
shit y'all need to undo. Y'all need to undo that like now.
in a heartbeat. Hey, man. That concludes our show for today, man. We changing up a lot of things in 2024. We will not exceed 2 hours on No Balls, No Glory, man. I'm telling you, man. Man, we want to send a special thank you to all our champions, man. My boy Drew, who stuck around for us, man. Drew, man, thank you for just being our guest, man. The platform is open for you anytime you want to come on the show and chop it up and talk football. We're going to talk more football on Thursday coming up. Man, thank everybody that tuned in tonight. All our champions, that was our guest today, man. We appreciate you guys for tuning in, and thank you guys, man. Remember, our new time for No Balls, No Glory is 7 o'clock Central Standard Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays, man. You don't want to miss us. We got new format, new show, new everything, man. We finna go to the next level, man. So from everybody here on the platform tonight, we thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys on Thursday.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Peace.
Go Birds.
Thank you, Andrew. What's going on with the 2 hours?